Alright, hi everybody, it's Barclay again. We're back for the final video in our roles and permissions series. As I mentioned in our last video, today we're going to create a role that I would generally define as a help desk role. This is basically a role that has very limited access on the server, but can see a lot, not just do a lot. And really, when it comes down to it, when you have your first level help desk supporting Surveyor, the primary things that they're going to need to do are they're going to need to find the devices so they can figure out what policies and things are assigned. And in most cases, waking devices is going to be their biggest thing. People are going to call them and say, hey, I need my device woken up. I need to access it. I need to do something to it. Whatever it is, those are going to be the most common requests. And typically, anything beyond that, you're going to want to move off to your tier 2 folks anyway. So how do we create a role that gives them the ability to see everything, wake up the systems, but not impact anything else that we're trying to do? Well, let me show you. We're going to create a new role, and I'm going to call this role help desk. And I'm going to add my help desk group. This is where having the ability to add a group comes in handy, because you can basically create a group called help desk, put all your users into it, and anybody in that group that logs into the console would be subject to this role. So, as I mentioned before, we want these users to have the ability to view all the different groups and all the different devices, with one exception. They really have no ability to do network devices. So we're not going to allow them to see the network devices group. We're only going to allow them to see the groups with non-network devices in. So we're going to exclude the network devices. And then at the same time, we want them to have the ability to wake up computers, because we know from experience that that's most likely what people are going to call and request if they have to call the help desk. So they're going to be, these people will be able to view all the settings, policies, things like that, and they'll be able to right-click on a device and wake it up. But they won't be able to move it from a different group. They won't be able to change the policies. They won't be able to shut them down or reboot them. So we're keeping that safe. But they at least will have the ability to do a lot of the things that they need to do. Sometimes you might want to give them edit devices access, especially if you're using one of the device attributes as a coding system for them to tag if they need to move it on to tier 2. In this case, we're not going to do that, but it is something that you could consider. I'm definitely not going to give these folks global permissions, so we're going to leave those blank. So pretty much what we've done is we've given them view and wake access to all the groups that house PC devices. So I'm going to save this, and now we've basically created a help desk role. This role also could be used if you have a service account that you're attaching to our Wake for Remote Access portion of our product, where really the Wake for Remote Access service only really needs to read and wake systems. So you give this the same level of access, you can basically create a little bit of a security buffer for you in what you can do with the Wake for Remote Access. If you're not familiar with Wake for Remote Access, I recommend you check it out. It's a great part of our product and could potentially be a future video topic. As it stands now, we are done with the Roles and Permissions series. I really want to thank you for participating and coming through this with us. If you've enjoyed this, check out our other video series. Make sure to check us out on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and check out verdiem.com for other great things. So thank you again, and I will talk to you again soon.